so Knitcrate sent us this yarn. It's Knitology, and this color is Mist. Wonderful, and it's so nice. So it's silk and worsted, 40% merino wool, 30% silk, 30% alpaca. This is worsted weight, and it has 149 yards and 100 grams, 4 ounces. And they suggest a number 8 knitting needle. And so Knitology yarns are exclusively hand dyed for Knitcrate. So this is very nice yarn. It's so soft, very nice for wearing around your neck, because you know not all yarns you can do that. And this is very soft, and the color is just magnificent. So we're going to be making a handbag. We're going to cover a handbag, and this is what we're going to do as far as numbers. This is a bag that I got in one of those discount places that they sell makeup bags, and like that I don't have to worry about lining my bag or putting the zipper on. It's just good. Okay, so let's do numbers here. And I know that my bag measures 11 inches wide. So now let's do our numbers. So I know for a swatch that I made a swatch with 20 stitches, and I did 4 knits, 4 purls, 4 knits, 4 purls, because I have all these in my design. So I know that 20 stitches give me 4 inches. And in order to have 11 inches, which is the width of my bag, how many stitches do I need? So I do my math and I multiply the two crossed given numbers. And then that is 11 times 20 is 220. And that amount I divide by the leftover number, which is 4, and it gives me 55 stitches. Now, with my design, I want to have my braids, my cables, and that part here occupies 16 stitches. And I do want 2 purl stitches on each side so they stand out. And then I needed a stitch on each side. And then I want 2 purl stitches and 3 knit stitches for each edge. So now I have to come up with how many stitches I need here. And so I have 16 for the middle part, and I have 14, which is the 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. And so the leftover number would be 26, which I divided 13 and 13, and I decided to do a seat stitch for those spaces. So let's do that. I already made one section of the bag, and I cast it on my 56 stitches because I wanted an even number. And once I reached the height that I needed, I passed a piece of yarn so that I can hold my stitches there, because I want to do a 3 needle bind off. It's going to go like this, and I want the 3 needle bind off at the bottom. So let's start doing our stitches, and this is the way they are made. So this is my 3 stitches at the edge right there, and then I have my 2 purl stitches, and then I have the seat stitch, and those are 13. So knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, and knit. So now I have my 2 purl stitches. That's 1 and 2, and then I have my center stitches, and that is the 16. 1, 2, those are 16 knit stitches. So here we are. And this is row number 1. So I have my 16 here. There we go. And then I have my 2 purl stitches. 1 and 2. And I have the seat stitch. Knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, let's see, and knit. So, and then I have my 2 purl stitches. Those are my 2 purl stitches, and I have my 3 knit stitches at the end. So let's do row number 2. So row number 2, you have to do how the stitches show. So this is purl 3, which is the edge, and then you knit 2, and you are going to do your seat stitch, which is knit, purl, which is the opposite of what it shows, because that's the nature of the seat stitch. So we're starting with a knit and ending with a knit because we have 13 here. So knit and purl, knit, purl, and you end with a knit. And now you have 2 knit stitches, and you have your 16 in the center, which are all purl. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And now we have our 2 knit stitches for this side, and now we have our 13 seat stitch. So we start with a knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, and then you do your 2 knit stitches and your 3 purl stitches for the edge. So this is row number 2. That's what we just finished. Now row number 3 is the same as row number 1, and row number 4 is the same as row number 2. Okay, so let's go with row number 5, and I am going to be knitting 3 for the edge knits, and then 2 purls, and then I have the seat stitch, which is 13, so that's knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, and knit. And now I have my 2 purls, and now it's time to do my cable. So I'm going to put my yarn to the back. I am going to pass 2 stitches to the back. So the 2 stitches are in the back, and I am going to knit 2 stitches from my regular needle, and then I am going to knit those 2 stitches from my cable needle. So I have those 2, and then I am going to pick up 2 stitches from my left needle, and this time I want to put them in the front. I knit 2 stitches from my regular needle, and then I pick up and knit those 2 from my cable needle. So we repeat that. We are going to pick up 2 stitches and put them in the back with my cable needle, and then I knit 2 from my regular needle. Then I knit the 2 from my cable needle in the back, and then I am going to pick up the next 2 stitches from my regular needle and put them in the front, and then I knit 2 from my regular needle, and I knit the 2 from my cable needle in the front. And there you have it. You have your 2 cables, one here, 2 double cables, one here, one here. So it's really 4 in total. So, but it's very easy. You do 2 in the back and then 2 in the front, 2 in the back and 2 in the front, and that's it. And so now you want to do your 2 purl stitches, and then you want to knit, purl. This is your seat stitch, 13 stitches, and let's do that. Knit and purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, and that's it. And then the 2 purls and the 3 knits for the edge. And then row number 6 is the same as row number 2 and row number 4, and you purl 3, knit 2, and then do your seat stitch, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, and then you do your 2 knit stitches. And this is the section where we had our cable, and so the stitches are going to be a little bit tight, but they're in order, so no problem. So purl those, and then we are going to have our 2 knit stitches, and we have our seat stitch, which is knit and purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, and then we have 2 knit stitches, and then at the end we have 3 purl stitches. Okay, so this is how it's looking.